Now, today, just a couple of thoughts on another exercise from A Dozen a Day. A Dozen a Day, Pink Book, Group 1, exercise number 5, rolling. Now, what I think this exercise is about, evenness of tone between the two hands. And what I mean is that the sound should be the same even if you're using different hands. There should be no hand louder than another, or no hand quieter than another. There shouldn't be spikes in the dynamics. The sound should be as even as possible, even if you swap hands and back. So it should look and sound like this. 2, 3, 4. That can also be practiced lifting the fingers a little bit more. 2, 3, 4. You should also make sure that both hands stay in the area. If a hand is not playing, don't take it all the way out. Keep it in the general area, ready to get back in action again. Now, since you have to have a perfect legato in between the two hands, you have to make sure that when you change hand, you still have a legato. So you could practice the last note of one hand into the first note of the next hand. You could practice those two notes on their own and make sure that they have a perfect legato in between. Just that. Then you could introduce those two notes on their own and make sure that they're perfectly legato. Then you could play those two pairs of notes, one after the other, with a little break in between. So that you practice having a legato in between the two hands. In a way, that moment when the hands change and there is a legato in between the hands reminds me of the same moment where there is a legato between the fingers in the first exercise, remember? See? When one finger goes down, the other finger goes up. One finger goes down, the other finger goes up. Down and up, down and up. You see, one goes down, one goes up. Well, in the same way, right here, one hand goes down and one hand goes up when it's time to change. So, when it's time for the hand to change, you see, the new hand goes down, and the old hand comes up. Now the right hand goes down and the left hand comes up. And that's the end of the exercise. So in the same way you did this between the two fingers, you can do this between the two hands when it's time to change. And that's all for today.